Hey everybody, this is TY checking in from Stone Muscle, and I want to talk about celebrities and their influences. Excuse me for a second, let me turn this down. This TV on in here. Hopefully nobody's seen my ass in my underwear, but it is what it is. Um, Let me talk about celebrities and their influences. When I was listening to rap music, at the time I didn't know who Jay-Z was. Jay-Z was a rapper who I thought was just a guy who could just put together nice rhymes, had nice skills, and knew how to rap over a beat. But I'm here to tell you that guys like Jay-Z, Meek Mills, could actually turn the tide of what your everyday thoughts will come to or be. When I was coming up, there was a guy known as KRS-One, Public Enemy, EPMD, Big Daddy Kane. These gentlemen never rapped about the lifestyle of drugs and what money from drugs could bring you, the lifestyle that it could bring you. I'm not trying to down Jay-Z. I'm not trying to all those groups glorify Hood and our surrounding cities. And while I was driving down Philadelphia today, it came to my mind that these rappers and singers, R&B singers, rock and roll guys, actually have a lot to do with your train of thought, your way of thinking. Jay-Z rapped about women, money, and what selling drugs could bring you. Yeah, he's a billionaire. He's a billionaire now. He's responsible of, I think, a website called Tidal, and bringing that sort of platform to the American people. But that's here nor there. I can't think of a rapper who influenced the way these young gentlemen were thinking and what they wanted to do at the time, because rap videos back then were all about black positive thinking, black thought. I guess I don't want to say black thought, but I want to say how to pick yourself up from the living situations that we were in, as far as not having an advantage of picking yourself up from the gutter, picking yourself out from the ghetto, and trying to bring a positive light like EPMD, Public Enemy, and KRS-One were doing at the time. All of a sudden, this rap came in. This rap came in at a time to where as though it could change your train of thought. So if I remember correctly, 1985 and 1986 was a year of KRS-One, Red Alert, Big Daddy Kane, Biz Markie, which was considered fun rap. To me, it was just considered fun rap. And then all of a sudden, you have this guy come in who was glorifying drugs and the like. And before you know it, everybody just latched onto this rapper who would forever change the way people thought and what they should do in order to get that $1 million, that $2 million, $3 million, $4, $5 million in their pocket. And that was, I call it drug rap. I don't care if there's anybody watching this or listening to this who are watching these videos live and then others all of a sudden bail out and say, this guy's not talking about anything positive. Everything I'm saying is positive. I'm trying to get you off that train of thought of Future, Meek Mills, YLN, Lucci, and all these guys that are just committing or trying to stare you down a path of not doing right. Young ladies and young men. This is real important. I have to get this out to you. I never thought in a million years that rap and acting, these New Jack Cities, Sugar Hill movies, I never thought that these movies would be so influential. Scarface, I never thought King of New York, I never ever thought that these movies would change the way that a young man can come up thinking that he should go to college, graduate, do the right thing, and instead of start listening to these celebrities and these rappers who are just influencing you to do things that you're not supposed to do. And like I said, I don't want to pinpoint anybody. I don't want to say that you have your own mind, because you do have your own mind and can and should do what you were taught to do. But here it is, you're riding in your car with your friends, and all of a sudden, these guys are glorifying. They're glorifying things that you never thought imaginable. Carrying guns, selling drugs, messing with women and calling them the B word. And just walking down or driving down a lane that you wouldn't think that you would ever find yourself in, and then all of a sudden be put into a situation to where as though you're going to court, you're sitting in front of a judge, and that judge is telling you that you have 15 months to 3 years to do. I don't even want to say that I was that young man who was so heavily influenced into that train of thought that would make me end up in the situation that I wind up putting myself in. Because like I said, I was always a juvenile delinquent. Let me take that back. That doesn't even sound right. I was always a juvenile delinquent. I wasn't always a juvenile delinquent. I just had hung around the guys who were not into the things I was in. I was in the sports, I was in the track, I was in the baseball and the like. And then once I start hanging out with these guys, if you listen to my other videos, just took me off that track and wind up putting me in a situation to where as though I was away from my family, away from my girlfriend, doing time, and actually being or hearing what these guys were talking about in the chow hall, put in groups where you had to talk about the things that put you in a situation or the area that you were in. Young ladies, young men, young boys, young girls, remember this. Who you hang around, who you become friends with, will eventually put you down that lane of doing what they've done to get yourself in trouble. You might not even be that person. You might not be that guy. You might not be that girl who even thought about the things that your friends are thinking about that are way over the top, that are just criminal situations to make you lose time off your life. I'm going to close this out because I have more videos to talk about. And right now, I'm hungry. I'm actually starving right now. Um, I put a couple steaks in the oven with some potatoes, and I got some broccoli boiling right now on my stove top, and I smell it, and I actually want to get to it. So I'm going to go ahead and eat and drink some water and think about the next topics that I need to talk to my audience about. And hopefully they don't go down the same path that I went down or wind up in the same situation that I was in because I wanted to hang with the older gentlemen or the guys who were my age, who were just far more advanced into the criminal activity than I was. So I'm going to close this out and say, keep listening to these videos. I hope they reach to you. I hope they get to you. I hope you learn from them and not do what I've done to put me into situations that I've been through. If my eyes are low and I seem like I'm high, I'm not. I don't smoke marijuana anymore. I don't do drugs. I might drink a beer, might have a glass of wine or something like that, but I'm past that life now. And I want to close this out with saying, thank you for listening. I hope you pick up something from these videos and what I'm saying. And please do not feed into peer pressure. Don't think that you have to do what your friends or your so-called friends whoever it is you're hanging with from doing, because you don't. Look the other way. Walk away. Make up an excuse. Say, guys, I gotta get away. I got to go home. I gotta go to football practice. I gotta go to basketball practice, baseball practice. Whatever you guys are doing right now, I'm just not into it. Make up an excuse to try to get away from them. And then once you make up that excuse, follow through with it. Just keep on saying it. Just keep on saying, I'm out, guys. I gotta go home. I gotta be with my little sister. I gotta watch over my little brother. I gotta cook for my family, for my little brothers and little sisters, because that excuse or that little white lie or little black lie that you came up with can save your life. It could save you from hardships that I went through, walking down a path that I walked down. So let me close this out and say thank you again, once again. I probably said it 3 times already. Thank you for following my page. Hit the like and subscribe button. And know I'm going to keep coming with these stories and hope these stories reach out to somebody, someone, some young lady, some young man, boy or girl, and save them from the hardships of what I went through, because it wasn't fun and it wasn't easy. Okay? So I'm going to close this out and say peace. And I'll see you in my next video. I'm out.